We welcome you live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series Season number 5 race in Sonoma. And tonight, of course, we're on the road from Sonoma Raceway in Sonoma, California in wine country, and it is race number 4 of the Grand National Series season, and it's the first road course of the year tonight from Sonoma Raceway. Of course, we had the iCar Pro Series last night. Pretty wild thing happened with Matthew White, of course, crashing from the lead after dominating that race. Bryce Benson, of course, won that. He'll be looking to win again tonight in Sonoma for the Grand National Series. And then, of course, the Cup Series, the only driver that is, of course, in contention to try and sweep the week. All right. Here we go from Sonoma, California tonight. This is the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series in Sonoma. Here we go. Cars on the racetrack from Sonoma, California. All right. It is a beautiful day in wine country tonight. It's the first Grand National Series road course here of season number 5. And we are ready to go from Sonoma, California today for the second event of this week in Sonoma. And the Grand National Series is back here after a season away from season number 4. They didn't come here last season. They were last year in season 3. That's the only other Sonoma race for the Grand National Series. Here comes the 00 Christian Urquhart. Currently sits second in points. Really, really impressive year so far for Urquhart, and he looks to maybe even grab the points lead tonight. The cars on the racetrack here in this warm-up session in Sonoma. So, of course, I'm Ethan Chandler, going to be in the booth as always. I'm going to be joined by Cameron Chandler, and I think Richard Cherry as well. So, guys, it's a road course. It's Sonoma, 4th race of the year. So, obviously, a lot of points shakeups could happen tonight. Ethan McMillan still leads the points, though. What do we really expect to see throughout this race early on?
I don't know, man. I don't even know who's on the entry list, but this is a road course, as you said about 20 times. We're in Sonoma.
Brody Webster's winning.
We're not gonna have get out of here. We're not gonna have many yellers because it is a road course. There's not a yellow for every time someone spins out. So, whoever gets pole, as long as they can get through the first few corners, I expect them to pull away like Matthew White did last night.
Yeah, I mean, although now with the points format we have this season, I would expect drivers like McMillan to drive really conservative and not really as risky, which is punishing with this car, which is basically like driving like painting with a spoon at a road course. And yeah, that's what I would expect from tonight.
As iRacing is completely breaking itself again. Give us a quick second. All right.
Yeah, man, you got a freaking potato as the internet, as a computer. I'm sorry.
No, it's definitely not a potato. Nice try. Anyways, all right, Richard Cherry. So apparently you ate too much. You actually drank too much wine here. You stole it from Victory Lane, and you're apparently too drunk to get in the race car tonight. So you want to explain that? Why Bryce Benson's going to be driving your car?
No. So here's what happened. Yesterday, I went to Chipotle, okay? I got my ass full. I was rolling out of the Chipotle place. And we run like that the race yesterday, but decided, you know what? I'm not going to race tonight. So Bryce Brenton, however you want to call him, he's driving Cammy Chandler's car. It's not my car. That is Cammy Chandler's car, which he's going to drive sometimes too. It's just that I'm in the entry as a full-timer. So let's see what Bryce Benson can do, the winner of the iCar race yesterday.
Yeah, of course, Bryce Benson looking to sweep this week. Obviously has a chance for the Cup win tomorrow night. If he could win this race, he would be on a really good path to try and doing that. So there was also a late-breaking story here coming out of ETR. Jacob Malone will now be scoring Grand National Series points yet again. After he initially moved full-time to the Cup Series, will not be racing for the Cup Series title anymore. There will be more announcements coming throughout the week or whatever, what's going to happen more throughout there.
And we also make up your mind, you fruits.
Yeah, I mean, well, anyways, we have Ashton Miller here with Carl Wilson's car. Carl Wilson is grounded for poor academic performance. I don't know how to speak English. So here's a message to Carl Wilson. Please, get an education because we need you for this weekend. Thank you.
I mean,
Yeah, Cole
just
Wilson is currently
yeah.
sitting out this week. I mean, Jim Wilson, you know, he found out that Cole Wilson had an absolute terrible grade. I mean, I think it was he has like a 0 in one of his classes, and Jizzle Wilson was not having it at all. He brought out the paddle, and I tell you what, he got straight in the beating those buns of Cole Wilson, and those booty cheeks are burning red, and he cannot sit down. He has to lay down for quite some time, and he won't be able to sit down in the race car for a while.
Yeah, that's why Ashley Miller's in the seat tonight. Cole Wilson recovers in a local hospital after just a horrific beating.
Hospital? Oh no, they let him. I actually heard that Jizzle Wilson is like, yeah, he's not sending Cole Wilson to any hospital. I mean, Cole Wilson just has to take it like a good boy.
All right. Anyways, Cameron Chandler, like, what are your thoughts on that as a team owner? Your driver, I mean, so terrible in school that this even happens.
Oh, it's not a surprise. I mean, Cole Wilson's just a dumbass. I mean, the second I found out that he had a 0, a 50, and a 64 all at the same time, I mean, I knew that guy was a complete idiot, and he's not going far anywhere. And to think that guy wants to be an engineer, this guy can't even pass geometry. He can't get a good grade in geometry. So I don't know what he thinks is going to happen when he takes an engineering class.
Yeah, unbelievable actions by Cole Wilson.
Yep, indeed.
All right. Here's
Yeah,
the 82 of
absolutely.
Aiden Donahue.
Well,
Winner.
Aiden Donahue doesn't have to worry about grades or anything because he's employed, number one, and number two, he's leading this practice session right now. Aiden won last week at Sonoma. Let's see if he can sweep both races at the state of California.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the thing about Aiden Donahue, that guy sat behind Jesus in the 3rd grade. He is about as old as dirt. Was there to see the dinosaurs rise, and yeah, he's gonna be out there and he's gonna be trying to extend his Xfinity Series wins. But I saw Matthew White on the entry list, so hopefully Matthew White can put an end to that.
Yeah, of course, looking for 2 in a row for Aiden Donahue. Obviously full-time in the Cup Series, but hasn't yet to win a Cup race this season. And very unfortunate luck, though, last week in Fontana in the Cup race after winning Grand National. Looking for win number 1 of the Cup Series season tomorrow night. Yeah, it's your Converse the 19. There's a 33. That is Jacob Clarino. Up the hill he goes. And the 81 of Cam Caraway. And here is the Richard Cherry car, now driven by Bryce Benson tonight, because Richard Cherry went to Chipotle.
Yep.
Oh.
I mean, don't blame me, please. I ate a burrito with guacamole, steak, and chicken. I mean, they offer that in front of you. You are gonna eat it. So, that's my explanation. Anyways, here we have Bryce Benson on the racetrack. Car a little bit, not changed really, just one spouse for the other. So,
Chipotle's a fine establishment. I mean, I think that's a Richard Cherry issue. That's happening.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a fine establishment. This is just Cameron Chandler speaking. He has nothing. He knows nothing about food. He lives in Maryland. The food is terrible. The Ravens are garbage, and yeah.
Hey, first round.
I was praying. Oh
No
my!
rounds.
I was happy.
Cancun.
Man, my knowledge of American football is as little as a freaking monkey. But holy shit, I'm sorry.
Wow.
I was celebrating the win of the 49ers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Brock Purdy and a Frey's twin, absolutely just no answer for the Eagles defense. And I tell you, that boy Jalen Hurts, that guy was about as confused as a donkey out there.
Well, there's a reason that Kevin Batula doesn't have a job anymore. Thank the good Lord above.
I think it's because you guys have the worst QB in the league.
Super Bowl MVP, but all right, Lamar doesn't have one of those. Anyways, here comes Matthew White down into turn number 11 in that 88 machine. Only right now 5th on the board. I say only, but Matthew White obviously so good here at Sonoma as he comes now across the line once again down the front straightaway.
Yeah, Matthew White is always going to be not even a threat, just he's always going to be the reference at the road courses. So let's see if he can. I was going to say sweep the week, but unfortunately with the issue he had yesterday in the iCar race, let's see if he can at least sweep the FedEx races.
Here's
Just he has to minute too. we're gonna talk about Hercules because now when you talk about him, so he's
Yeah,
been
here-
making a lot of improvements. Last season and this season too, he's second in the points right now. Last season, I remember the great run he had at Texas and some other tracks. And now let's see what he can do at a road course. Let's see if he can even take the points lead over McMillan.
Speaking of the point standings, here are your standings entering tonight. It is a pretty wild grid so far. Ethan McMillan, 3 races into the year, still leads the points and has a chance to hold on to it again after tonight. Christian Urquhart sets 6th, 2nd in points. Rich Cherry, who is too fat to go to race tonight from his Chipotle visit,
Oh,
sits
no,
3rd.
no.
You got Cole Clausen 4th. Cole Wilson, unfortunately, he gained 2 spots in Fontana, but man, he has been suspended by his parents for failing a math test once again. So he's now sits 5th in points, probably going to fall back. Knox Thompson, consistent all year, 6th, 6th. Mason Ward, really good year, 6th, 7th in points. Brody Webster, I mean, Cameron Chandler can just talk about Brody Webster real quick.
Yeah, I mean, Brody Webster, I'm on the racetrack with the YouTube car. Oh my God! Brody Webster's only a car ahead of me, driving a Ronin Troyes Creations race car. And I tell you what, that guy doesn't know how to navigate a vehicle. He doesn't know how to do anything. He somehow found his way into the booth. But yeah, other than that, he just loves to eat. And you see, that's what he's driving for today.
Yeah, unreal. Brody Webster, where does he currently sit?
Oh my God, he is wrecking. He just wrecked my race car. Unbelievable.
I think Brody Webster just saw the end of his job right there.
Yup.
All right, Cameron Chandler, the greatest road course racer alive. Take us through a lap around here in Sonoma, California.
Yeah, well, this is the first time I've ever driven this car on this new race scan in Sonoma. So we're trying some new things. I don't really know what to do yet. You take this corner, try to get a decent exit. That wasn't really too good. Yeah, Jacob Malone is ahead of us. We're gonna stay in 2nd gear through this area. I think that will be decent. I don't really know, man. That's a corner cut. My lap would have been DQ'd. I don't know. Come back to me when I know how to drive this combo.
No. We're going to watch you throughout the rest of this lap. We expect an absolute heater top of the board.
Well, if I get even in the top 10, top 5, I'll be happy. I do got to tell you what, though, this new, the new contraption that Team Survey Motor Club has delivered to me over the holiday break has been absolutely wonderful. A lot more enjoyable to drive these race cars. We missed that corner. That's fine.
Wow, pretty embarrassing lap by Cameron Chandler. Unbelievable. And this guy calls himself a Grand National Champion. All right, we're trying to go live again. All right, I think we might be back live here. Sorry about that. YouTube just broke itself for some reason. Actually, it was OBS that just broke for whatever reason. I don't really know why. But here comes Jacob Clarino in the 33, now back on the racetrack. So we're back live here. Thank God. All right. Not exactly sure where we were when we last left off, but here we go. Back on the racetrack. 9 minutes to go in the warm-up session. Let's go through your top 10 so far in this warm-up session. So it is Ashton Miller, Jacob Malone, Matthew White, Bryce Benson, Aiden Donahue, Jacob Clarino, Trent Wilkin, Ethan McMillan, Christian Herklotz, and now Cameron Chandler.
Ashton Miller never gets the credit he really deserves on these road courses. He's a rocket at this type of track. He's gotten way better at the road courses. He's currently, as you said, Ethan, leading the standings on the practice session by 2/10 over Jacob Malone.
Around goes Cole Clausen in the 71 car. Sorry, we're continuing to have connection issues with OBS. Not really sure what's happening there, but we're continue to try to work on that. Here comes Jacob Malone in the 66. Currently sits 2nd on the board. Nearly won a cup race here back in Season 3. All right. Here's the 24. That is Eli Franklin. Down into the final turn 11 goes Ashton Miller. On there's Bryce Benson. About 8 minutes to go. Of course, we got the 10-minute open qualifying session coming up after this. And there's Max DiFilippi. Now running a Ford. So, Cameron Chandler, like, what was it like to get a Ford Mustang all of a sudden into Chandler Wilson Racing after everybody ran Chevys for now Max DiFilippi?
We had a Ford last season with Alexander Ortega. I'm not too sure why Max DiFilippi wanted his Mustang back so bad, but we made it happen, and now he's happy, and he's looking for some better improvement.
We'll see what he can do. Currently, he doesn't have a time on the board yet in that 12 Dent Wizard car. Here comes Trenton Wilkin down to the turn 11, and down the front straightaway yet again. Wait for an update again on Trenton Wilkin and the Jacob Malone situation once more. Things could start to happen again. And he's going to run to the back of Cam Caraway.
Wait, what do you mean again? What is Wilkin going back to Cup 2?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, around goes Brody Webster. What a shot. Even the YouTube car is faster than Brody Webster tonight.
And that's quite embarrassing, quite honestly.
I mean, the YouTube car is just, it's running old tires, it's running an old engine. Everything's old with that car. It hasn't really ever been worked on, but Brody Webster is a pristine Chandler Wilson racing machine.
I mean, the YouTube car is actually my original Season 2 Xfinity Series car from Daytona. And we just work it around so it's somewhat drivable at every track. And yeah, we haven't really touched it since the YouTube car existed. And Brody Webster, he has a brand new car from the championship winning team. And let's see where, I don't even know where he's getting out qualified by Logan M. Wilson, and I've barely even seen that guy. Oh, wait, no, he's not. Who is he getting out qualified by?
Ethan McMillan.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow,
No.
he's barely slower than me. Okay, we gotta fix that.
Yeah, but, yeah, Brody Webster, unbelievable. And here comes the 19 Converse. Once again, you got the most colorful car on Earth, the 42 of 8-inch lights on. The bubblegum machine. So once again, 35 laps tonight, 69 miles, no halfway break, obviously, for Grand National this season. No halfway points awarded, so of course bonus points awarded for pole winner if you get 0x, which is very hard to do on a road course, then leading most laps. And then of course the race points at the end of the race.
Ethan Chandler, stop crap talking me. I'm doing great.
You're a bomb.
You're doing my five.
We're gonna beat the YouTube car, okay? With Payson Lindsay's training, we will beat the YouTube car.
Okay, well, that's your first problem. You're getting trained by Payson Lindsay. I mean, that guy's not much better than you. And the YouTube car is actually the original car I ran in season 2 Daytona.
We already heard
yeah. So if you beat that, if you can't beat that, you suck.
Hey, I think half the field hasn't beat it, you fat. Hey,
well, I don't make the rules. I just
and I'm
follow
winning this race because Matthew is gonna go black again.
Aiden Donahue now goes top of the board. Ashton Miller is second. Jacob Malone is third. I am surprised that Matthew White is still mired down in 4th place. Was expected to be dominant in this race. He was definitely the favorite entering. Oh, now he gets top of the board just as I say that. All right.
Yeah, it's practice, fatty. Give him a second.
No. Running wide goes Matthew White. So for some reason, iRacing put Matthew White in 17. Oh, and iRacing broke itself again. Thank you, iRacing. Ugh. Anyways. Apologize for that. Apparently, whenever we have a Grand National race now, we have non-stop connection issues. I think it was like this last week in Grand National, but no other race has these issues for some reason. So, the thing here, this is the 17. It's the same 17 font that Matthew White has on his car, but it's not the same 17. This is actually Maddox Beard's 17. This is actually Matthew White in the 88. Not really sure why Matthew White's being listed as the 17 car. And the real 17 car isn't being listed as the 17 car, Maddox Beard. Instead, Maddox is being, he's being listed as the 23 car. All right, so of course, 10 minutes of open oh my God, Maddox Beard. 10 minutes of open qualifying coming up after this. Of course, all cars on the racetrack at the same exact time, going for pole. Here comes Logan Wilson driving one of Justin Rott's old cars, but my goodness, that's an illegal paint scheme that's on that right now. Cole Clausen would not be proud. And here comes Cameron Chandler.
Oh my God, what a...
Brody Webster, unbelievable.
I was on a great lap too. I was a second up. That's unfortunate.
Brody Webster absolutely ruined it. Minute and 55 seconds to go. All right, Cameron Chandler, have you maybe felt any track changes throughout this session?
No, but we did make an adjustment to the vehicle. It's a lot better. But Brody Webster sitting in the middle of the track, he gave me some damage and ruined it.
Yeah, another large moment by Brody Webster.
I mean, yeah, that's gonna have to move him up on the T-word of the week rankings.
Yep, can't say that on YouTube. I don't want to lose anything. I mean, Cameron Chandler gets a pay cut, so he's got to think the same.
I get paid?
Yeah, right?
No.
No. Shh. Yes, you do.
I'm not under NDA. I'll leak all the entire contract details.
Anyways, here comes Joseph Lewis on the racetrack now in the 28 ETR Chevrolet. Joseph Lewis hasn't had a great year so far this season.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
All right, and that will do it. The end of this session here in Sonoma. Checkered flag is in the air from Sonoma Raceway. It is time to qualify here in California. All right, Matthew White ends up top of the board after not being top of the board for most of it. And we are ready to qualify tonight. 10 minutes, all cars in the racetrack at the same exact time. For pole position. Here we go in Sonoma. All right. So, yeah, all cars on the racetrack. So you got to get a clean lap in at least to give as many times as you possibly can around the racetrack.
Hey, Ethan, am I allowed to go out on for qualifying but not set a lap?
I guess, yeah.
There we go. I want to have some fun.
Oh, we have a crash. Around goes the 42 of Slightum. And
That was not nice.
so, of course, anyways, here is the 48. That is Knox Thompson. So you can sit down as many times as possible. Remember, if the checkered flag comes out, you can start a lap time right before the checkered flag comes out, and you're able to finish it no matter what. This takes an hour and a half. Yeah, so you gotta try to find some clean racetrack here. It's gonna be interesting to see who can put down those good lap times. Here's Cam Caraway. Here's Jacob Malone. Pole favorite still has to be that 88 of Matthew White. And Matthew White will once again come down on turn 11 to start his opening qualifying lap. Up the racetrack goes the, I was about to say Rich Cherry machine, but it is actually, of course, Bryce Benson this week. Here's the 76 of Wilson, not Cole Wilson. Logan Wilson. Here's the 28, that's Joseph Lewis. All right. A lot of cars on the racetrack here trying to put down good lap time. Is Aiden Donahue's got some lap traffic. Eli Franklin ahead of him. I mean, this could be the issue with some of these strong contenders. You might have a lap car. Well, I don't want to say a lap car, but a slower car in your way as you try to put down a good lap. Of course, you do get multiple attempts at it if you play it right. So we'll see. All right, here we go. Down in turn 11 goes Aiden Donahue in the 82 machine. And into turns 1 and 2 he goes. There's Jacob Clarino in the 33 machine. There's the 48 of Knox Thompson. 22 there of Ashton Miller. Here's the 19 of Keaton Converse. You got Ethan McMillan, your points leader, still in this Grand National Series season. He's trying to pass that 42 car. One car just spun around earlier. Everyone going back in the right direction here. There's the 6th, Zane Irvine. I don't think we saw Zane on the racetrack at all in practice for the most part, I don't think. Now on the racetrack here in qualifying. So far, top of the board, Ashton Miller. 2nd, Aiden Donahue. 3rd, Trent Wilkin. 4th, Bryce Benson. 5th, Jacob Clarino. But still a lot of time and a lot of laps that can still be put down. Here's the 17. Again, I'm going to try to say Matthew White. It's actually Maddox Beard. He'll go wide, and into the grass he goes. That'll, I think, end that time if he was on an actual lap, but he's ready to start a new time anyways. Here comes Max DiFilippi down the front straightaway. Aiden Donahue's up in 2nd place on the board. Ashton Miller, though, still top of the time sheets right now. Oh, and now Max DiFilippi goes off into the grass. Here's Matthew White in the 88. 4 minutes and 55 seconds to go, so still over half the time, or just about half the time now, remaining in this session. White trying to put down a good lap time. There's Brandon Pfeiffer. The 28 there of Joseph Lewis, the 48 of Knox Thompson. Here comes Logan Wilson down into turn 11. Ashton Miller pulling back on the racetrack in that Cole Wilson car. There's Keaton Converse. Looking where Matthew White is. He is trying to find him. There he is, heading through turn 11. Coming down the front straightaway for this lap time for Matthew White. Across the line he will go. Trying to go top of the board. As iRacing breaks itself again. Sorry.
You want pizza?
Really doesn't. by 3
Wow.
1,000ths of a second.
Ashton Miller is on provisional pole right now. How about
Jacob
that?
Malone.
Now, yeah, Malone top of the board here. Beats Miller. What a lap. And here's Cole Clausen, kind of been struggling. Ethan McMillan, his teammate. I know he's the points leader, but usually I would say Clausen is a little bit better. Of course, Clausen won his first ever Cup race. How about that last week in Fontana? Such a great moment for the driver of the 71. Finally goes to Cup Series victory lane for a race win at least.
He celebrated more than when he celebrated his championship in season 2.
Yeah, of course. And what a win for Cole Clausen, finally, after nearly 100 races of trying. Obviously now full-time in Grand National. I guess maybe being part-time in Cup is the answer for him so far. His first ever win. Here comes Joseph Lewis. Across the line he goes. Matthew White, of course, still, like I said, third. Clausen just sits inside of the top 10 right now. I mean, just look how little these top two are separated by 2/100ths of a second, I believe. Unbelievable. Top three, I should say. This is at a road course as well at Sonoma. I mean, that's really, really insane at a road course like this for the times to be so quickly. But Bryce Benton goes top of the board, your iCar winner last night, and shuts the door on everyone. Lap times are improving. Here comes Ashton Miller locking up those brakes into turn 11. Trying to go back top of the board. He is now third. Across the line for Miller and that 22 machine. And he goes top of the board now. Ashton Miller back on provisional pole. He's going to back it down here. I think that'll be his final lap. Here comes Jacob Malone in the 66. He just went over the line again. He's currently third. I don't think it's going to improve. Yes, it's going to still be third. He'll try to put down maybe one more lap time. Gets around his teammate, Joseph Lewis. Another ETR car there of Trenton Wilkin. But Ashton Miller on provisional pole right now here in Sonoma. Here's Brody Webster heading through turn 11 now. Here's 17. Not exactly sure where Matthew White is right now. There he is. He's gone maybe one more final flying lap here in fourth car.
Yeah, he got hindered by Jacob Corrino and then by Saint Roman, so he's going for another lap.
I mean, so many road course ringers in this race. I would say the top 6 right now in qualifying all have a shot at this victory. And Ashton Miller looking to win the pole in Cole Wilson's race car. Here's the Topgolf car of Knox Thompson. And here comes Aiden Donahue. Checkered flag is waving. Remember, if you started your lap, you can finish it. Here's some drivers. Trenton might get one more lap, and can Jacob Malone get across the line? He will with 1 second to go to start his final flying lap here. But yeah, checkered flag in the air. First one over the line. The checkered is Aiden Donahue. What is it going to be for the 82 car? Was currently 6th. He's going to stay 6th place for Aiden Donahue, your winner in Fontana last week. Of course, obviously full-time in the Cup Series. Here comes Matthew White through turn 11. One more shot for him. Off the final corner he goes, heading down the front straightaway yet again for the 88 car. Currently sits 4th. Can he do any better? Cross the line for the 88 on Matthew White. And he goes 2nd, but Ashton Miller still 0.2 of a second clear on everybody. Does anyone have anything left? Trenton Wilkin maybe on one more flying lap here. He is currently 5th. And checkered flag in the air. Here, final time down the front. Oh, and he spins. That'll kill his lap time. He is going to be 5th. To the checkered flag goes Trent Wilk, and behind him, here comes Dana Downey, who was already done anyways, and I believe that's it. Ashton Miller, how about that? He is going to be on pole tonight here in Sonoma. What a lap time. I'm really thoroughly impressed by Ashton Miller there. Top of the board, wins the pole by 0.2 of a second.
Richard Sherry said it. He's a very underappreciated road course driver. Miller is honestly just as good as almost any of the other ringers you talk about.
Yep.
I mean, Matthew White was expected to maybe try to even sweep this week. He's going to start in 2nd place, but how about 0.2 ahead of the field? The field is pretty close all behind them. The top 6, I would say, all might have a shot for this win. All right, as the field here grids up.
And I expected a Matthew White walk-off, a pole by a second, then winning the race dominating. But now with how equal the field really is, I'm really excited to see how this race plays out.
All right, who should I choose? Richard Cherry, bring us through our top 10.
On the current field, like on qualifying?
Yeah.
All right, so Ashton Miller is on the pole and 22 replacing Cole Wilson. Matthew White, the road course specialist, is in 2nd place. Bryce Benton in the 8 car is in 3rd place. Jacob Malone, one of the contenders to win the Grand National title, is in 4th. Trenton Wilk is in 5th. Evan Donahue, last week's winner in the Grand National Series, is in 6th. Christian Herglocks, 2nd in the points right now, 7th. Jacob Clarino, 8th. His 2nd race in his home state. Brody Webster is in 9th. How about that? And closing the top 10 is Maddox Beer. Then we have Thompson, Clausen, Logan Wilson, Converse, Ethan McMillan, Maxi Filippi, Joseph Lewis, Aiden Slightom, Saint Roman, Brandon Pfeiffer, and Cam Caraway.
And then outside the top 20 is rolling across the left side of your screen as well, excluding Cameron Chandler. So, of course, 35 laps tonight at Sonoma. No guaranteed cautions, no halfway break. For the first time ever on a road course for the Grand National Series. And we are just about ready to go tonight from Sonoma, California. Turn 1, lap 1 could be very interesting. I mean, this could possibly be your final shot at a restart here, which should be the first shot. I mean, there is no guaranteed caution in this race, and it's a road course. But I mean, a massive crash on lap 1 could bring out a yellow.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, we have about 21 drivers. Yeah, 21 drivers on this field, so it could be a chaotic first lap. But if they get spread out, we shouldn't have as much of a problem.
Yeah, of course, Sonoma, known for a lot of spread out racing, but of course it's a road course, and that's what you kind of get. So, all right, field's gonna roll off. Ashton Miller's got a great shot at a win here. It would be his first Grand National Series win since season number 2 in Michigan, which is his home track. Back when he was driving for Ethan Trendler Racing. He just beat Aiden Donahue that day for that win, all the way back in season number 2. So we will not be doing the pass down pit road for the pit road speed check, due to it being a road course. And that really isn't needed. Field to roll onto the racetrack here from Sonoma, California tonight. Throughout the rest of the grid, all the way back to Eli Franklin. All right, like we said, 35 laps tonight. It is race number 4 of the Grand National Series season, first road course of the year. Of course, the other 2 road courses this season, or we go to Mexico City later in the year, and then, of course, we finish it off in Watkins Glen for the road course calendar in Grand National. Every single Grand National Series race this season so far has been won by Cup Series drivers, and Cup Series drivers going to start 1, 2, 3 tonight. So it's looking pretty good again for that to happen. They are so good this season so far. And last season there weren't many Cup drivers at all winning, but a lot of them moved up to Grand National. And I don't want to say the Grand National field got a lot worse, but the Cup field got a lot better, even with just experience-wise as well. Now, Cup Series drivers have been really, really lighting up the show. Of course, Cole Wilson and Rich Jerry not in this race definitely don't help, because Cole Wilson, he has been taken out of the race by bad grades, and Cherry ate too much Chipotle.
Well, I mean, we have Bryce Benson on the field. He's always really good at these type of tracks, and he always has a lot of speed. He's also doing the Rolex 24 at Daytona this weekend, as we are coming to the green flag, Ethan.
Yeah, of course, Bryce Benson won iCar last night. How about Ashton Miller, though, on pole position? He's going to lead Matthew White, who was so good at this racetrack, to the green flag. We're on race number 4, back-to-back races in California, but this time we're in wine country. This is Sonoma, and this is the Grand National Series. The green flag is waving. We are underway in Sonoma Raceway for the Grand National Series here in Season 5. Down into turn 1 they go. Miller is clear on Matthew White. Into second goes that 88 machine. You got side-by-side, almost 3 wide racing behind him as they head up the hill for the opening time. There's Matthew White keeping to the bumper of the 22 of Cole Wilson. 3rd place, Bryce Benson. 4th place, Jacob Malone. Got a car running wide. There's Christian Herclass 3 wide with the one of Trent Wilkin, the 2 of Brody Webster as they race side-by-side and contact being made. Oh!
Yeah, we had a few cars going up through the hill. One car got sideways. It was Logan Wilson.
We have a crash.
And they're wrecking again in the back.
2 cars go around. Should stay green here. They get out of the way pretty nicely as they all kind of lunge each other as we look at the battle for the lead between now Matthew White and Ashton Miller. Pretty chaotic first lap back there. Up front, pretty orderly so far.
Yep, even though Trent Wilkin almost wrecked Aiden Donahue on the first lap, as Aston Miller makes a mistake.
And Matthew White is blinking, but he's to the inside here for the race lead on Miller. Side by side, look at Jacob Malone there for 2nd on Bryce Benson, which actually would be 3rd. It's almost a little bit of context. They go side by side down the front straightaway on lap number 1 for the race lead. Matthew White is going to lead that lap across the line. Miller trying to keep it inside as they head back through 1, but Matthew White is now clear to the race lead. Oh.
Big contact, Bryce Benton and Jacob Malone. That's going to hurt Benton. Here comes Donahue around the outside.
Matthew White takes the lead. Donahue trying to get 4th place away here.
Look at Clarino trying to make something happen.
Yeah, Jacob Clarino up to 6th place now. These 2 side by side ahead of him. Oh my goodness!
He completely cuts the corner.
That thing ramped over the curb.
Man, I feel bad for his spine. He must be carrying a lot right now. He took a lot of that curve.
There's Christian Herclass, fell back to 12th, I should say. McMillan, your points leader, currently 13th place. There's the 28 of Joseph Lewis as well. A little bit further back, there's some cars that were involved in accidents early on in the race. We got 1 car in the pits right now. Another one that's the pace car.
This right-hand corner is so easy to miss with this type of cars. It seems like an innocent right-hand fast corner, but in reality, you have to hit your marks, and if you miss it, you can lose a lot of time for the hairpin and just have the guy behind you on the inside. Yeah,
and what a start by Matthew White. Of course, Ashton Miller was able to get cleanly away for the race lead, but gave it up on lap number 1 to Matthew White after that little mistake. Miller now going to be chased down by Jacob Malone. Here comes that 66 for 2nd. Another mistake by Miller. So
yeah, that's another factor we have to consider on this road course with a stock car. Not only the speed, which is most of the part, but it's also having to hit your marks, because mistakes with this type of cars are way more punishing than a mistake with a GT3 or a prototype even.
So I believe we are good on fuel to the end of the race, probably just barely though. So it does get pretty dicey there. Of course, no halfway break in this race, so no guaranteed cautions whatsoever, and probably no guaranteed pit stops either. Cole Wilson, or I keep calling him Cole Wilson, obviously. He's driving Cole Wilson's car, but Ashton Miller here running in 2nd still. Doing what Cole Wilson, I think, would do it this week. But here comes Malone, trying to send it down to the inside for P2. Will not get there.
Malone was really strong under braking, though. He sent it in so hard, I thought he was just going to clean out Miller. They all navigate through, though, and continue down the front straightaway.
There's Bryce Benson running in 4th. Aiden Donahue now. Then Jacob Clarino having a good run in 6th. How about Brody Webster? Really solid run so far tonight in 7th place.
That we mentioned it on the podcast the other day that Brody Webster was really, really good on the plate tracks. He just had to get better on any other type of track. And how about that? P7 for the driver of the 2-car.
Ashton Miller almost in the grass a little bit as Jacob Malone tries to chase him down for second place. Way over the curb goes Miller, and Malone is there. On his bumper, trying to make the move pretty soon, I would assume. We have 2 cars.
Yeah.
Something happened here. Some cars have damage. I don't know what happened to. Hang on. Oh, it's Brandon Pfeiffer. He is pitting. Confused for a second. Sorry about that. Matthew White, though, continues to lead. Cam Caraway had some sort of issue as well, I believe.
Aston Miller, meanwhile, might be forming a train here with Jacob Malone.
Oh, here he comes! Oh, my goodness!
Man!
He's going to slide into the inside. Ashton Miller gets really, really loose. He nearly got absolutely taken out by Jacob Malone. Malone is going to be clear into second place. Brent Pfeiffer in the 18 went down pit road in 21st place. Malone back up and up the hill into P2. Now your pole sitter Miller is falling back 2 spots, might even fall back a 3rd with your iCar winner Bryce Benson on his bumper. Miller almost in the grass a little bit. He's going to go wide yet again.
Yeah, Aston Miller is pushing that 22 Monster Energy car a lot.
Oh, and he gets spun around. Goes Ashton Miller. Contact by Bryce Benson in the middle of the racetrack. Gets it fired back up here, but is going to lose all these spots. Back to 8th he goes. Let's take a look at what happened real quick. The contact between Bryce Benson and Ashton Miller. Didn't bring out a caution, obviously. Let's see. So Benson, just driven it a little bit too deep. And turns around Miller.
Yeah, Ben Ashton Miller was, of course, really happy over the radios. As Saden Donahue misses the corner, the hairpin right here. Really unfortunate for Ashton. He was pushing that race car a lot, but now with this race, without tough it is to get a yellow, he will have to get really, really, really lucky to be back in contention to maybe battle to win this race.
Yeah, back in 8th place. Brody Webster just drove into the top 5 at a road course. Got around Jacob Clarino. That's unbelievable. I don't really know how he's having this kind of run tonight.
This road course has also allowed some drivers to shine unexpectedly. I mean, there's a reason why tracks like the Roval in the now Chase are wildcard tracks, because they require a lot of different skills than the normal ovals.
Here's the 71 there of Cole Clausen. As we look, trying to go more up front at Matthew White now, of course, has a 2.1 second lead over Jacob Malone in 2nd place on lap 6. 3rd place there is Bryce Benson. 4th place, Maiden Donahue. In 5th place now, currently Brody Webster. What a run he's having. Trent Wilkenmeyer back in 7th, and Ashton Miller, of course, back in 8th. Urquhart trying to break his way back inside the top 10.
Yeah, let's look at Christian and as he moves.
Oh, and he's going to spin Clausen. Around goes the 71 of Cole Clausen. Oh, just to get fired back up in a pretty bad spot, but gets going again. Right in front of Maddox Beard.
Yep, in this type of cars, the guys that brake late, it's really big gap between the guys that brake late and the guys that brake early is really, really, really noticeable, because if you miss the corner a little bit, you're gonna go really, really wide, or in this case, you brake the guy in front of you.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to do there. As McMillan passes his team out to 11th place, and Cole Clausen going to fall back into 13th now. Currently, though, on lap 7 in Sonoma. So real quick on Matthew White. If he won this race tonight, only on lap 7, of course, still very early on, we saw, obviously, what happened last night. Anything can happen from the race lead, even if he got a massive gap. Matthew White would only be his 3rd ever Grand National Series win. He last won back in Season 3 at Nashville, and his only other win was in Season 2 in the infamous Daytona season opener photo finish back in Season 2. So Matthew White is not a regular to Grand National victory lane whatsoever, which is really interesting considering his success in the league. Brody Webster has a hard charging about 4 cars behind him. It's going to be tough for him to hold on to 5th place throughout the rest of this event, but we'll see if he can do it. Up the hill they go yet again. And here comes Clarina back to the inside on Webster. Side by side. Between these two Chandler Wilson Racing teammates, you got the ETR car of Trenton Wilkin right behind these two. And Brett Webster going to get clear on Clarina, but now Clarina 33 fights back over the curb. He goes, slides the bumper of the 2. And now where's Wilkin going to go? To the inside he goes on Clarino. What a move by that 1.
Yeah, they about made contact there on the quarter panel of the 33, but Jacob gives a spot. Jacob is really decent at these type of tracks, and also him racing in his home state once again in California is kind of a force too to be able to do well and just have that positive energy coming into this race.
Yeah, this battle continues for about 5th, this 9th, 8th place, as there is Ashton Miller trying to get there on his former teammate Trenton Wilkin as they head down into turn 11. Again, contact with Wilkin and Clarina ever so slightly, and here comes Miller trying to fight back.
Yep, Trenton Wilkin getting desperate. They're stuck in that train.
Miller to the inside. Oh my goodness, he's going to nearly spin him. And they get together in the grass they go. Ashton Miller and Trenton Wilkin trying to back each other up. They should be getting to drive away here, so something like that would not be a caution for obvious reasons. And they're back going again. And this continues bad luck and bad race for Ashton Miller from the pole back to 11th in 9 laps.
Yeah, that is a product of probably the desperation with the incident there with Bryce Benton wanting to make up the time and just got to the inside, almost in the, well, he was in the grass actually, and they both just made contact. A really fortunate incident.
And Ashton Miller now, of course, back into outside the top 10. And 22 seconds back on your leader, Matthew White. Max Thompson is quietly and solidly running in 7th right now. Brody Webster still holding on to 5th. I mean, he's been just avoiding the chaos with Ashton Miller, but he goes wide here. And Jacob Clarina going to try to get to his inside. Oh, now he's almost going to get spun. Clarina, though, gets really loose. We've seen a lot of cars get spun off each other's noses in this race so far. Man, a lot of close calls so far tonight. Jake Clarina is trying to chase down that 2 of Brody Webster. I mean, it would take a lot to get a caution flag throughout, even at this point in the race. You never know. Ethan McMillan running just behind Christian Herglotz in 9th. Trenton Wilkin and Ashton Miller now battling for 10th place. Maddox Beard back here, the 71 of Cole Clausen, the 28 of Joseph Lewis, Keaton Converse in the 19, and there's the 12 of Max DiFilippi. He is currently running down right now in 16th position. There's Logan Wilson behind him. There is Axel Smith, Cup Series regular, running in 18th. Not a great run. Zane Rahman either, running just inside the top 20 right now. Hayden Slitham is back on the racetrack and running, I believe, in 20th place is Eli Franklin. Last car running on the lead lap. Matthew Wood.
Let's try. I'm sorry.
Matthew Wood, of course, back up the hill. This 3-way battle could be coming up for 2nd place. Bryce Benson begins to run down Jacob Malone for P2.
Yep, how about we go on board with Bryce Benton, and he's trying to hunt Jacob Malone for 2nd place.
We'll do that real quick, riding along with the 9 or the 8 car. The chute he goes, which is the choose cone this week. Not sure if we're going to need that tonight, though. This race stays clean and green for the rest of it. Yeses they go once again. The left and right-handers. See, Malone is starting to struggle a little bit. The handling of that race car, maybe trying to go maybe away a little bit. Bryce Benson looking to get 2 wins in a row after winning an iCar last night here in Sonoma. kind of Senni puts down into turn 11. Isn't close enough to make anything happen this time by.
Yeah, with that wall on the inside there, instead of the barriers that used to be there, you have to be really careful with how close you get to that wall, because if you hit it, you're gonna damage probably a toe link, even though it would be kind of hard with the slow speed that is run through that corner.
Up the hill, though, goes Bryce Benson in the 8 car.
And these cars are so fun to watch on a road course, both in iRacing and in real life. I mentioned it before, it's like an artist painting with a spoon. It's just gliding everywhere, small breaks, just awesome to watch. And Bryce is closer than ever to Jacob Malone there.
Oh, Malone's gonna
Yes,
feel the
it-
pressure. No!
Whoa.
Contact gets made up front between these two. Once again. Man. Bryce Benson,
That's
again,
what
he already spun out Ashton Miller in this race. Doesn't want to spin out Jacob Malone now. But in Donnie, he was hot on his tail.
I don't know if Cam Chan is going to be really happy about having to pay all the damages after this race.
Well, Cole Wilson's not in the field this time, so that's a little bit less damage I'll have to pay.
And Ben, what a block by Malone to the
Ooh.
inside. My goodness. And here comes Dana Donnie. Oh, Malone going to get spun. Yes, he will. He crashes in front of Benson. Into the wall they go. Big wreck. Caution, caution, caution. Or maybe not. Maybe
Caution,
not.
no.
No
They're going to
caution?
keep it going.
They were
I mean-
stuck together for a minute. I thought they were going to be stuck right there in the middle of the track. Somehow they don't, but Malone has damage on that
Look at how
66
he-
car. Battle between
I
Jacob.
mean, we can see the damage on the right front fender of Jacob's Malone's car, and on the rear bumper as Brody Webster and Jacob Clarino are side by side. This might be the Jacob and Jacob show.
Yeah, Malone, though, trying to get away here with that damage. Unfortunate there. I thought we were going to have a yellow, but Race Control decides not to throw one. But they're now 12 seconds back on your leader, Matthew White. Hayden Donahue got a little bit of piece of that as well. He has damage. So does Bryce Benson in the 8. And, of course, the 66 of Malone. And they close back into this battle. Here comes Webster trying to chase down Jake Moreno in that 33 car. Four-way battle. What is now for fourth place? Malone slides. Here's Clarino, who's inside. Malone is loose again, and Malone is going to crash. Around he goes. Gets it going again, but he is now really, really struggling in the 66 machine. He's going to get passed here by multiple cars coming up on him.
Yeah, you can cook chicken with those tires, with those rear tires. It's how hot they are.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, he's Tokyo drifting at this point.
Oh, and he's
He's
going to
being
go
shot
around.
again.
No, man. Malone just trying to, I don't even know at this point what he's doing. Yeah, he's going to wreck. Around goes Malone in the 66 car, and he's going to have to try to, he's stuck. Somehow he's stuck. He's going to get back going again, trying to get back fired up, and for the path to be clear, it now is trying to get back on the grass. All of a sudden, this 66 car has no tires left, and he has damage.
Yeah, I mean, just an unfortunate product of that spin. Just hits up the tires and spin out again. Hits up the tires even more and spin out again. Hits up the tires even more and drifting like he's doing right now is gonna just hit them even more. What a great
Yeah,
car
so-
control though.
Oh, so yeah, he's going to come to pit road here, obviously. And this is going to be a race win over for Jacob Malone in the 66 car. Unfortunate accident.
Oh.
He's gonna wreck on pit road. Around he goes, and he's currently, I don't really understand what he's doing right now.
He's doing the Ricky Bobby. He's crossing the pit line in reverse.
kind of a bad spot here on pit road right now. Looking, trying to go more up front. There is the one of Wilkin up into his 9th place. There's Herklotz in 8th. 7th is Ashton Miller now. Of course, all these issues that have happened to the racetrack and him passing a couple of cars, moving back up inside the top 10. And all of this happening, Aiden Donahue's gotten in 2nd place around Bryce Benson after that almost crash with him, Benson, and Jacob Malone. Aiden Donahue got a little bit of a piece of it as well, and here comes Malone on pit road.
Yeah, he's gonna get 4 tires, probably even repair that race car because he doesn't want to be running around with damaged car. He's kind of, well, he's gonna be able to beat the car still, but yeah, he had a lot of speed tonight. Just unfortunate wreck there with the 8th car of Bryce Benson.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate. Aiden Donahue in the 2nd place. We saw that well, not a mistake. It was some sort of technical issue, and then ultimately crashed at the end of that for Matthew White last night in iCar. I mean, you never know. The same thing could happen today. And Aiden Donahue now would be in the great spot for the win. There's Zane Rahman now, I believe, a lap down. Just got lapped by Matthew White. That's the 2nd time this week Zane Rahman's gotten lapped at a road course in Sonoma by Matthew White. So it hasn't been the greatest of weeks for Zane Rahman so far. But Aiden Donahue, let's talk first about Aiden Donahue, and then we talk about Thompson. Sorry, this thing is just all right. Sorry about that. Back in here just a second. There we go. Like I was saying, Aiden Donahue is keeping Matthew White honest. Only now, he's actually closing down the gap a little bit, 11.3 seconds. But Aiden is loose as well. My goodness. Just as I say that. Yeah, the commentator's curse has been real tonight, real throughout this week. I think I cursed Matthew White crashing. Here comes Malone back on the racetrack, the 66 car, but he is now, what, 2 laps down in 19th place.
Yep, he's just right in front of him.
Malone gonna have fresh tires here. Yeah, and we expected this to be a long, grueling one, especially if we didn't get caution flags. With the, obviously, like we said, you don't have to pit in this race, so you would have to race the same green flag entire race with the same set of tires. If that makes any sense. I don't think Malone... Oh, I don't think he's very happy with Bryce Benson, and he's not!
Yep.
He's nearly gets together with the 8 car, and they're side by side heading through the S's.
Well, we could see some payback here. Malone definitely was waiting in the pits all over the back bumper of the 8.
Yeah, he's not very happy for Bryce Benson. I mean, Malone was a little bit aggressive there, but...
He's got to be careful, too. An intent wreck easily can poke you for a week.
Yeah. Doesn't want to see that at all.
Jacob Malone is one of those guys with a really, really short temper, so you don't want to make contact with him on the racetrack.
Yeah, turn 11 could get interesting. He's going to bump, he's going to put the bumper to the back of him. Doesn't wreck Benson. Benson stays going. This is going to allow Jacob Clarino, others... the 40, oh my, 3 wide. Off turn 11 they go with the lap car slight tongue. Freddie Webster is back in the 6th place. Just got passed by Knox Thompson. They head up the hill once again. These two, they are coming together. Oh, bro, Malone isn't really, I don't know if he's trying to wreck him or not, or just trying to get in his head.
I mean, no sense to make him like run over his head being 2 laps down. I mean, if he was for 4th position, yeah, but he's just kind of trying to wreck him, but trying to find a way to do it not, maybe not as obvious.
Yeah, he just said over the radio he's not trying to wreck him, he's just getting held up. I'm not too sure how much I agree with that statement, but
yeah.
You'll see it. He is absolutely beating off his back bumper.
Yeah, obviously not happy with Bryce Benson. He can say all he wants, but obviously that's the case. And Benson's probably not too happy about this either.
Yeah, I mean, he has damage on his back bumper, so he's going to be looser than he was before.
Oh, and he's going to go
now
wide.
He goes wide in this corner.
Malone making an aggressive move to the inside, obviously 2 laps down, but... Oh, he's going to just put the bumper to the back of the 8 car. Going wide goes Benton, and here comes Clarino.
Yep, Ethan and Cameron Joel could just settle this with rock, paper, scissors and see who passes damage for this contest on the racetrack.
Yeah, these guys behind them, Clarino, Thompson, and Webster, they all got to be careful to make sure these guys don't.
Oh, Bryce
get
Benson saves it.
Saves it.
And now Malone going to drop out.
He
lets everyone go. It's probably a smart move, all
big
things
time,
considered.
though. Here's the rest of the field.
Yeah, Jacob Clarino, how about him for 3rd place? He is really, really doing well in this race so far.
How about
Cole and Fontana last week.
We're gonna talk about him before, but we clashed her.
He gets loose.
Things happen, but he's entered the top 5 right now, and he's looking stronger and stronger as the race goes on. And how about also Ashton Miller made the comeback there? Now he's stuck with this group, of course, with the help of Jacob Malone there.
Malone's still not too far away. He's just behind Ashton Miller, so if these guys get the battle, and we could still get back to the back bumper of the 8 car.
Yeah, I mean, but he did let everyone go. I don't know if he's going to be back in the battle here. Oh, big slide there for Bryce Benson. He is really starting to struggle.
Hold up, Jacob Clarino and Knox Thompson in the 48. He had to look to the inside, couldn't make the move.
16 laps to go in Sonoma. The gap up front still 12.5 seconds. It's been pretty even for a while now between Matthew White and Aiden Donahue. Clarino is the highest non-cup driver right now in 4th. Oh, we got a car going wide. Zaner Mon in the grass up ahead of them.
He's trying to get out the way, but Clarino up to the inside of Benton.
Here we go for 3rd. And Knox Thompson back there as well. Almost a little bit of contact. Brody Webster and Ashton Miller now running in 7th. Miller, and that's 22 car. Trying to get to the bumper of the 2 of Webster, and up a little bit further, you got the 33 of Jacob Clarino hunting down Bryce Benton.
Big mistake from Clarino, though. He lost a ton of time. Here comes the 48 of Thompson.
Knox Thompson, another one having a really impressive night.
And look at Miller now going to the inside of Webster.
Ashton Miller trying to get to his quarter panel. He is there. They're going to be side by side, heading off turn 11. Webster falling back to maybe to 7th place. And he will. This has really been such a strange Grand National season. Of course, Cole Wilson taken out from bad grades. Alexander Ortega, his suspension is actually over after tonight in Sonoma. He is going to be back next week in Atlanta. Jacob Malone is back full time, but he is now running in 19th after spinning out. And there's just a lot of Cup drivers now that taking advantage of this all, like they have all season long. Looking to go 4 for 4 for the Cup Series winners. That's never happened in a Grand National season. Usually the Grand National drivers are the ones that are winning and dominating these races. Not the case so far this season.
Man, the 33 of Clarino, he is out of control, completely slid through the O'Reilly corner and lost even more time on the 8 of Benton.
Of course, they've been on these tires. Been on these tires for what, like over 20 laps now, well over halfway through this race. No guaranteed cautions in this race, like we've said all night long. And there's been a lot of contact so far in this one. Oh, Clarino's loose.
Clarino!
Whoa, what a save.
Drift through this corner, still trying to hang on to it, and he will.
Knox Thompson loses the spot to Ashton Miller, might lose the spot to Knox Thompson. Here comes Ashton Miller around the outside of Jacob Clarino. Take that spot away.
On a mission. He was sizing up Knox Thompson going into the hairpin, makes the move on Clarino while he's trying to recover his car, and now he's sizing up the 8 of Benton.
Side by side between the 2, Webster and the 48 of Knox Thompson once again for 7th. Oh, almost contact. Webster gets that 6th spot away. Now, will Ashton Miller trying to run down Bryce Benson for 3rd? What a comeback by Miller. Oh, contact.
Knox Thompson sent it in from Nardi on Brody Webster. Made contact. They somehow recovered the car and continued.
Battle for 8th between Wilkin and Herklotz. Herklotz probably wanted a bit of a better run than he's had, but was in 12th at one point, almost 13th at one point in this race. And he's up into the top 10 at 9th. So here comes Ashton Miller, though. the braking zone of turn 11. This race has gone pretty fast so far. We've still got 13 laps to go.
Oh, we got a crash behind. One car around. That's Brody Webster.
Yeah, Brody Webster, his really good night now starting to go bad. Into 9th he goes, but still in the top 10.
And Jacob Malone has rejoined the racetrack in front of guess who?
Oh, all right. Well, this is about to get interesting yet again.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be harder for Malone to defend himself now if there's some contact. I mean, this is the second time.
Here's
look
the
at Miller.
Yeah, Ashton Miller, he might take advantage of this. Benson gonna try to, oh, Malone makes the car very, very wide, and here comes Miller once again. If these two get together, if all three of them get together, Jacob Clarino gonna be in the perfect spot, but if Ashton Miller out of the inside there, almost made a move, but Malone is still blocking on the Nada Benson car. Will Miller make a move down into turn 11? Such a great passing opportunity here in Sonoma. Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Damn!
Contact again. These two are very furious with each other. And here comes Ashton Miller into third place and clears Bryce Benson. I don't think Bryce is crapping at all. And yeah, Malone just lets him go. And now he might race Bryce. And I think he will. Oh my goodness.
Malone's been warned over race control. If he does do a stupid move to take him out, he will be parked for the race.
I don't think he really cares
He's
at
gonna
this point.
drive right through him.
Oh,
Almost wrecked him, and he'll let Clarino go again.
Now he'll back it off. I think he maybe got the message through at this point. I don't think there's much else to say.
We'll see though. We'll see if he gets back up there. He has a fairly clean car compared to Bryce with all the time he's had to fix his damage.
Yeah, I mean, man, what a race so far. Aiden Donahue, the gap 10.4 seconds now. It's closing up a little bit to him and Matthew White. There he is in the 82 car. Max DiFilippi is pitting here after just being lapped. And here comes Matthew White down the front straightaway yet again. Still your leader. Didn't start on pole, but now leads here in Sonoma.
Yeah, now Jacob Clarino, he's going to make the move to the outside for third place.
Oh, and Bryce Benson goes wide.
Clarino.
Yeah, they both go wide. Malone isn't in for position, but he's there again. And they both save it and keep going.
Man, Bryce is hanging on for dear life. His car has been absolutely destroyed by Jacob Malone. Absolutely no traction for Bryce at all, and Clarino's going to have a look to the inside. Oh, and he's through the grass.
Benson, he's going to cut the corner. Probably have a slowdown. Yes, he will. And now he'll have to let the 33 of Clarino go. And here we go again. Jacob Clarino in the 4th place. And look at Trenton Wilkin back there in 6th. He passed Thompson, Webster, and others while all this was going on. And part 3 is starting to happen. Actually, part 4 at this point.
And Bryce is just hoping to have a second to get away from him. Malone's all the way against the back bumper again.
And here comes Malone's teammate, Trenton Wilkin.
Bryce goes a little bit wide. Here comes Malone up to the inside, to the outside.
Whoa.
He'll think better of it.
Yeah, how about Rectum there?
We saw Malone hard on the braking, though. Let's see what he does. Oh, Wilkin with a big send on Malone. Malone into the back of right.
Malone goes wide, and now his teammate gets around him. And now Trent Wilkin will be trying to get on the charts to rake inside the top 5 here. Wilkin, obviously, much cleaner car than Bryce Benson's got right now. Jacob Clarino, highest running full-time driver right now. Really, really impressive. Won the pole last week in Fontana, but a completely different racing style at a road course now in Sonoma. And he's still doing really well inside the top 5. Here's Knox Thompson running 7th. Brody Webster runs 8th. Christian Herklott's got maybe 2 spots ahead of him. I mean, he is running just 1 spot ahead of Ethan McMillan now, but McMillan's under pressure. So this could be an opportunity to just maybe take the points lead away. And here comes Wilson to the inside of McMillan. contact for 10th. Logan Wilson is going to take that 10th place away from McMillan. And Cole Clausen is back there as well. Converse goes wide back there. Got Matthew White up the hill yet again in this 88. 9 laps to go for Matthew White.
Malone over the radio just said to Wilkin he's going to go get Bryce Benton. It's going to be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, those guys have been going at it all race long. Benson's got damage. Of course, Malone passed him. That's his teammate, Wilkin. And back up the hill they go yet again. All right, well, I think Bryce Benson is pretty sick of Jacob Malone. Jacob Malone I don't think he's sick of Bryce Benson yet, because he's been all over him, and he's coming here once again to his bumper. Malone is definitely pretty quick, but he's on fresh tires. Remember that.
And it's definitely going to be interesting to go look back on Bryce Benton's stream.
Yeah, for sure.
Here comes Malone, not able to get there yet.
Everyone dropping over these curbs. Jacob Malone, well, right now 2 laps down, but still trying to make Bryce Benson's life a living hell right now. Gap up front, 9.3 seconds, 8 to go between Matthew White and Aiden Donahue. Nothing happening there. This is the battle we're watching right now, which isn't for position, but it is. I don't even know what it's for. They're side by side. They're gonna make contact. And going wide goes the Benson, and he gets nearly put into the tires, and Wilkin gonna take the spot away up in a 5th. How about that? Bryce has to be screaming over the radio and on the stream right now.
Yeah, I mean, that was quite ridiculous. I mean, he didn't even try to turn for the corner, just knocked him off the track. Malone has been black flagged 1 lap for that maneuver, but I don't expect him to be done.
At this point, he should just be done. Like, he's done enough. See if he just lets Bryce around him. He is still going. Oh my goodness. All right.
Just gonna seemingly let him by now, or just get in his way.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing.
I understand getting in front of him once, maybe twice, but this is quite excessive.
Yeah, I would say so myself as well. That's a now run 6th. I mean, I would say if I was actually in Bryce Benson's position here, I'm surprised how clean he's kept it to Jacob Malone here. I know Bryce has dealt with some suspensions, and oh my goodness, Malone hits. All right.
Yeah, coming in to service penalty.
Yeah. Carino is now under pressure from Trent Wilkin for 4th.
So these kind of scenarios just create rivalries, which with Jacob Malone running in this series full time. You don't want that, because you want to progress in points as much as possible. You don't want to cost yourself a better result in other races than you should have, just because the guy that was behind you has already a history with you, and races a lot dirtier than he would have done with another driver.
There's Aiden Donahue up front, coming to 6 to go this time by the gap. Still 9 seconds. Goes up to 8.8 now between. Oh, he goes in the grass though, off corner exit. Remember, Donahue still has that damage from earlier. No cautions in this race so far. 6 to go, but it's still been relatively interesting all day long. Matthew White has led every lap so far, even though he didn't start on pole. Took the lead away and barely beat Ashton Miller for the lap 1 lead, and looking to lead this entire race. He's got some more lap traffic to deal with, but it's pretty well in the distance. Shouldn't be anything that's too hard to get around. Bryce Benson just trying to hold on into 6th place here. Brody Webster behind him, and Christian Herklotz in 8th still. Ninth is Knox Thompson. 10th place there is Wilson. Slow car, Eli Franklin in the 24. One of the, I believe, 4 ETR cars in this race.
Yeah, Brody Webster closing in on Bryce Benton now.
I mean, yeah, Brody is honestly had a really underrated 9. Got nearly spun out that one time. And here comes Knox Thompson to the inside of Christian Herklotz for 8th place. Herklotz goes wide. Thompson is back into 9th as they battle. Up front, 7.3 seconds the gap between Aiden Donahue and Matthew White. Aiden Donahue is really, really fast right now. I mean, I don't think he would have enough time or anything with now 5 laps to go only. But gap is closing up. Oh, Webster nearly goes wide.
And it was a second and 3/10 faster than Matthew that lap. So he probably has safety stars too well, and now he's a rocket.
It looks like Jacob Malone is attempting to re-enter the racetrack once again with Bryce Benton.
Yeah,
Oh, he waits actually this time.
I think just trying to get in the racetrack to finish the race at this point.
I mean, we could do a TV show about that rivalry only based on this race, and it will have a good amount of episodes. So
now with 5 laps to go here in Sonoma, I think it's a good time to be right along with Aiden Donahue to try to look at him, try to chase down Matthew White, and be pushing as hard as possible. You got to think, is Matthew White pushing as hard as possible too with that 7-second lead right now? Oh! Right as we start riding along with him. Saves it almost. He will save it. But we'll lose a lot of time from that.
Commentator zinks right there as he was trying to push that race car. Might as well. I mean, you are in no man's land, so might as well just try to go for the win. And unfortunately, that's probably not going to be the case unless Matthew White makes a mistake or has a technical issue with his computer or something like that.
I mean, the commentator's curse has been really, really bad this week so far. I'm not even going to say anything anymore. I mean, because, my God.
Yep, Mufa FFA at its best.
Ashton Miller, what a comeback in the 3rd place. We got to talk about this a little more. Unbelievable, and he's even running pace on Aiden Donahue and Matthew White. This is so impressive by Miller after being 11th at one point from the pole. Back to 3rd now.
Yep, Ashton Miller use. Well, I mean, we mentioned it before, so there's no need to expand really, but, well, I'm going to expand again for the viewers that just came in, tuning into a race. Ashton Miller is really underappreciated on the road courses. He won the pole today. Unfortunately, he got spun by Bryce Benton and then had an incident with, I think, Trenton Wilken in the 1 car. Correct me if I'm wrong. And however, he has made a great comeback. He's now in 3rd place. He's going to do the Rolex 24 with Matthew Cole Wilson if Jim Wilson decides to do so. If not, it's going to be Kevin Chandler and myself. So it's really a privilege to have him in our team and see what he can do. He's really good at these type of tracks. The only issue I would say he has when it comes to these races, he's just he's I don't know if it is the correct term, but he's like he has like a hot blood. He's really he has a low temper, so it's really easy to like run over his head, which happens to a lot of us. So you know, if he can improve that, he's gonna be a really great contender for the next,
blowing the engine. Bryce Benton blows up off the racetrack. He goes with just 3 laps to go, and that is going to be it. Up in smoke goes the 9. Wow. He's against the wall right now, but he's way out of the way. It will not be a caution. But yeah, Bryce Benton, wow. How about that?
Yeah, really surprising to see an engine blown. Probably just downshifted way too early and over-revved the engine. Kevin Chandler is not happy about the cost of that engine.
Yeah, I mean, we had a bunch of money allocated for Cole Wilson to be in this race, so that probably would have happened either way. But, man, he had a lot of front-end damage before. I wonder if that had something to do with it.
2 to go now. So we got this battle here between Jacob Clarino and Trenton Wilken. Donahue and Miller have been really running down Matthew White, but they're not going to have enough time to get there unless Matthew makes a major mistake here. Still a 5-second gap for the lead. No caution in this race. We haven't had a single caution in the league so far this week in iCar and now Grand National. This will change tomorrow night in the Cup Series with the guaranteed stage break, but after that, we don't know if we would have a single incident caution in this race. Malone now kind of pulls off. A little further back, there's Cole Clausen. Here's Maxi Filippi. And it's 4.7 seconds the gap for the lead as Matthew White once again heads through the S's. Ashton Miller trying to run down Aiden Donahue, his Cup Series team owner. Miller is so quick. Unfortunate that he couldn't be up here battling earlier. But such a great comeback for the driver of the 22 tonight. Oh, Aiden Donahue goes nearly around. He is struggling all of a sudden. He goes really slow, and here comes Ashton Miller for second place, side by side, coming down the front straightaway between Aiden Donahue and Ashton Miller. Final lap is underway. Here comes that 22, all of the bumper of his Cup Series team owner for second place. They head up the hill yet again. Oh, he's going to make contact. Battling for P2. Miller all over the back bumper of that 82 of Aiden Donahue. Down the hill they go yet again. Heading to the chute for the final time.
I'm gonna be careful with his team owner.
Yeah. Don't want to make anything happen here between these two as Matthew White just tries to cruise victory lane ahead of them. Would be his third career win. First win since Season 3 in the Grand National Series. The S's to go for the final time here in Sonoma. Steve Miller has one more dive bomb on Aiden Donahue here. For P2, he goes wide. As they head back into 3 and 4. There he is to the outside lane. Gonna slide. They make contact. Back through 3 and 4 side by side. Miller's gonna, I believe, get the spot. You see, they turn each other to their checkered flag. Matthew White is going to win in Sonoma as they come across the line. Second for Ashton Miller. Third, Aiden Donahue. But Matthew White wins in Sonoma. It is his third career Grand National Series win. Shockingly, only 3, first on a road course, and gets redemption from iCar last night. Jacob Florino back here, I believe, held on into 4th place. Wilkin comes home 5th. Side by side between, a car in the Mogul was Brody Webster, came home in 7th. Logan Wilson slams him upside down. Oh my goodness. Flipping is Brody Webster.
Here.
Trent Wilkin.
Damn. Yep. My condolences or congratulations, whichever comes first.
But Matthew White wins, and there's the pole sitter Ashton Miller to come congratulate him. Led every lap because Ashton Miller gave up the lead on lap number 1. And this is definitely good redemption from last night.
Yeah, Matthew White said he had to say field for whatever reason. Still doesn't impede him from just drifting across the racetrack.
I mean, nobody else is doing that. Yeah, is, like I said, career win number 3, first in Season 3 in Nashville. So it has been a while coming in Grand National for Matthew White. It's really honestly shocking that he doesn't go to victory lane here more often. Doesn't do a lot of the races because he's a full-time Cup driver, but still does a good amount. So he will now burn it down for career win number 3. Here in Sonoma. Very unfortunate there, of course, for Bryce Bent at the end. Blows up and will finish outside even the top 15. But Matthew White wins in Sonoma. His first win in Grand National on a road course. He's won the last 2 Cup races here at Sonoma Raceway, looking to go for 3 for 3, which would be one hell of a feat. And Matthew White's actually in here right now. He's sometimes a little bit scared to do interviews for some reason. We'll see if he does one right now.
Yeah, Matthew.
That's just nonsense. Just making up some information. It's absolutely ridiculous by Ethan Triller. I mean, everyone knows that Ethan Triller just likes to spread misinformation.
All right.
No, no, you're Cupertino, by the way. I mean,
Yeah, man.
I have an Apple device, and yeah, I mean, just in my Apple device, I read that I was Cupertino. I didn't know what that meant, so I told him, "Hey, I'm on an Apple device. I understand what Cupertino is."
All right. All right. Well, anyways, Matthew White, dominant win here in Sonoma. You took the lead from Ashton Miller on lap number 1. You didn't look back ever since then. I heard you had to save fuel for whatever reason. So take me through how you get redemption from my car last night.
Yeah, well, my spotter gave me a warning with about 5 to go, saying I only had about 5 laps of fuel left. So I had to slow down a lot, and that's what happened. So other than that, I don't really know what happened this race. I knew there was I heard, at least when I was here, there was a lot of chaos happening. But yeah, I was kind of away from all of that, and I didn't really see any of that. So yeah, I'm glad I wasn't involved in a controversial incident like I have been in the past couple weeks. So I finally a clean race. Yeah, I had a clean race for the first time and felt like forever.
Well, of course, we got the Cup Series coming up tomorrow night. You're looking to go 3 for 3. Are not able to sweep the weekend after, unfortunately, the incident happened in iCar last night. But do you think it's possible to go 3 for 3 and never continue your streak of never losing a Cup race in Sonoma?
Well, obviously we have a new car. It's gonna be more like this. I don't feel as fast in that car than I do in the other ones, but that doesn't really mean much. I just gotta go out to the race and, not wreck. So that's kind of the goal. Qualify well, don't wreck, and hopefully I'll be at a good spot.
All right, well, Matthew White, don't be too large drinking the wine here in Victory Lane in Sonoma, and we'll see you tomorrow for Cup.
I'm gonna eat so much, and I know Cameron D8's gonna eat more because he's the top lord.
Nice try.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say about him? You know, he probably came rolling to his room to do this race, and he's rolling to victory lane.
Yeah, I mean, that dude, I don't. If that guy ever gets on 2 feet, I mean, and there's an earthquake, you already know you already know why.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up next here, we're going to interview Ashton Miller. Ashton Miller, absolutely crazy day for you guys. You started on pole really impressively. You unfortunately lost on the lap when you got spun out. You fell back to 11th place, but you drive your way up to the 2nd place and had contact with your teammate, Showtime Aiden Donahue there at the end. So, I mean, where do we even start?
I mean, honestly, number one, I want to get this out of the water. I should have won this race. I was fast and I got wrecked, so Bryce Benton, I'm going to have words with Bryce Benton after this one. But, I mean, I don't know how we got up to 2nd place. Phone racing my team owner, but, I mean, I'm a little ticked off at Bryce because I would have had a chance to at least get some battle with Matt, and it just wasn't our day. But, crap happens.
Well, of course, we got the Cup race tomorrow night. I mean, showing that you are probably one of the fastest cars on the racetrack here tonight with a lot of these same drivers in the Cup Series tomorrow. How much confidence does this give you for tomorrow night's Sonoma Cup race?
I mean, I'm hoping it gives us enough to handle that car because, I mean, they're pretty similar, but at the same time, they're definitely different ones. Obviously, it's the Gen 4 having a lot more horsepower, but man, I just thought we were gonna get Matt. I thought we were gonna get him. I saw him, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get there." And then that happens. But hopefully, we can do good. Maybe give him a run for his money next. I mean, yeah, tomorrow.
All right, Ashton Miller will, of course, nice job finishing in 2nd. Great comeback overall, and we will see you tomorrow night for the Cup Series.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Showtime, Aiden Donahue. Aiden Donahue, you guys will end up in third. You were closing the gap to Matthew White, but then you ended up getting really, really loose. You had a little bit of a run in there with your teammate Ashton Miller. Take me through those final few laps, though.
It actually take you to the beginning of the race. Fortunately, starting sixth didn't really we didn't really have a shot. I knew to save your rear tires. That's why we were doing the whole run, and that unfortunate contact with Bryson Jacob there got us to second, but I had to slow down so much. I lost so much time. I think one, if I got around that wreck faster, or two, I had started up higher. I think the race would have been a different story. But yeah, that contact with Miller is all fun. My headset, my headset somehow slipped off my ear a little bit on that last lap, and I got I wheel hopped in the last corner, and Miller got to me, but I tried to hook him there at the end, but no, it's all fun. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, and running laps here is always important, especially when the guy who won is probably going to lead a lot tomorrow.
Well, of course, tomorrow night, speaking of that, Matthew White, of course, going for 3 straight wins here at Sonoma, but you've put yourself in good categories, a very solid road course racer. What do you think the key to victory lane is tomorrow?
Keep it on the racetrack. Keep your pace up and make sure you're fast on the long run, because we're going to get them. And yeah, just be careful with the elevation change and your rear tire spinning out. That's all there really is to it.
All right, Showtime. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night. Good job finishing third, and we'll see you where you're looking for your first Cup win of the season tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And, of course, was Aiden Donahue, your third-place finisher. Coming up next, Cameron, do you want to interview your driver, Jacob Clarino?
Yeah, hold on. Let's see.
He finished 4th.
Change your format, you pregnant. You know what? Hold on. We're doing this.
What are we doing? What? Wow.
Clarino, P4 today. Incredible run. I believe you're the first out of all the full-time Xfinity drivers. Talk me through your day.
Sorry, repeat that.
You finished P4. A great run for you. I believe you're the highest finishing Xfinity driver. Talk me through your day.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So wait, does this mean
You
I
forgot?
won?
What? Did
Well, I
you
mean,
come across the line at first?
No, but
So you didn't win.
Loki does a bunch of cup veterans in front of me, and to my bushwhacking knowledge, they're not official point scorers. Technically, I won if you think about it. Yeah. Anyways, Chandler Wilson Racing, Menard Chevy was really fast today. I wished I got top 3, but freaking this guy named Bryce D. Benton was racing a piece of junk, slowed me down.
Downed.
What?
Okay.
The second time I did this. Are you serious? Yeah. This wasn't for a guy named Bryce Benson. He was racing a piece of junk car. I would have had top 3. Yeah. Anyways, pretty fast day. Definitely won.
Okay. Well, you've been improving. I mean, we've been talking about you all the past 2 weeks. We go to Atlanta next week. Back to an oval. How do you feel about your chances there? And can we expect you to win?
I wouldn't expect to win, but I could definitely get a top 5. That was my first. That was my first race, Atlanta last season. I got top 10, so I could definitely bring top 10 pace. Maybe not a win, but hopefully top 5. If we get lucky, maybe even a win.
All right. Well, that was Jacob Fatty. He's been one of the hot, huh?
Cameron Tubby.
Yeah, nice try. He's been
Nice one.
He's been on a move recently. Jacob, nice try to you. I don't really care what he had to say at the end of that. Okay, let's Trenton Wilkins not here, so let's go talk to Jacob Malone. Now, Jacob Malone, you had a pretty good day for the top.
It was so much fun. No, the whole race was amazing. It got better. I'm not lying, it got better. The day was amazing.
All right, well, yeah, that's interesting. But we saw you making contact with Bryce Benton, holding him up quite a bit. What happened with you guys to make you so mad at him?
You know, it's not really just this race. It's many races I've dealt with him. Just kind of cleaning people out. I mean, he cleaned me out. He tried to do it at least. But he also cleaned out Ash in this race. And once I kind of lost the tires because of that little move, I was like, I'm gonna go fix my damage, but I'm not gonna wreck him. Like, I'm not someone who's gonna go intentionally wreck someone. But I feel like he didn't deserve a top 10 after that. So I just kind of did my own thing, drove what gear I wanted to drive. I didn't move for him. I mean, NASCAR rules, I don't have to move out of the way for him. So I kind of just did my own thing. He kind of was a bit slow during center corners when I was behind him, so it was a bit frustrating to be behind him. But after I got by him a few times, a few penalties here and there, came back to him somehow. He was always around me. I think he was just in love with my car. So, it was entertaining though. I got to see him get mad, and I used the intimidator button on him a few times. He blew up to his own accord though, which was kind of hilarious after how many times he banged in other people's rear bumpers. We saw that earlier in the race, and he just finally blew it up. So it was a little impressive that he took himself out and is mad at everyone else. But that's what happens when I guess you race everyone dirty. I mean, everyone was complaining about him. I just went to a VC and everyone was like happy that I like raced him how he races people. I like Bryce. I'm not dissing Bryce. It's just maybe, don't clean everyone out within the first few laps of a race.
All right, well, um, as Bryce's teammate, I can't agree. I don't like how he races sometimes, but in my personal opinion, I think what you did was a little aggressive. But either way, going into future races, can we expect any more contact with you guys, or are you guys gonna try to settle
No,
it?
I mean, I was all good. I was kind of just around him, and with better tires, it was hard to really do, and it was weird playing service, and I didn't want to hurt anyone else. That was one big thing. I wanted to make sure everyone around us was, safe and not get caught up, which we were lucky that none of that happened. I don't think I did anything too aggressive. Everything I would say is within the rule book. I mean, I guess contact here and there, but he forced contact, and it's a road course. Contact's bound to happen. Rubbing's racing. You have contact here and there, but I didn't wreck anyone. Didn't do anything too malicious. I didn't take out a car as a lapped car. I didn't cause any yellows. So I think today was overall successful. But we'll see what happens.
Well, we return back to the ovals next week at Atlanta, and I don't know what the hell was after that. But you've been pretty good on the ovals. How do you feel about your chances there?
I think I'm pretty good everywhere apart from Super Speedways. Is it Legacy or New Atlanta?
Legacy, and then Phoenix after
Oh,
that.
wait, this would be a lot of fun. It just depends on whether or not I can figure out the car. As I stated at the beginning of the season, I'm still learning the Xfinity car. I don't race this at all. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of it. I mean, next gen merchant, so it'll be entertaining though. I think it'll be a good race. Matthew White's gonna put on a show. I think Bryce is gonna put on a show too. Get up there. I mean, is Cheery gonna race? If Cheery's gonna race, it's gonna be an amazing race because Cheery, I know for a fact, will be good there. He strikes me as someone who would.
I don't know if Chewy's racing, and I don't feel confident on if Matthew's racing or Bryce.
Aw,
Honestly.
but like, okay, that's disappointing. They're so much fun to race though. Ah,
But yeah, we look forward to seeing you in those two races, and good luck next week.
thank you, man. Have a good one. You too, Ethan.
Yep, of course.
Yeah,
All right.
well, I still think Ethan's a bum.
Well, okay. Nice
Coming up
try.
now is Kristen Herklotz, and finishing P6. Yeah, P6 today. Kristen Herklotz in the 00, whatever the hell you're sponsored by. Talk me through your day.
Yeah. First off, started the race off by getting pushed off the track. That was really fun. I think the highlight of my day was getting beat by fucking being beat by Brody Webster. I don't know how he did. I don't know how he did that. That was crazy. Yeah, that's kind of the highlight of my day. And then I passed him on the last lap. So
Hey, well, at least you didn't actually get How did you pass Brody on the last lap? I don't even know. I know you flipped over. Oh, you did just actually pass him. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't get beat by Brody Webster, so that's a plus.
Yeah, that is a plus, and we gained some points on McMillan, so I think we could. I mean, we're not going to be the points leader, but we'll be closer. So, looking forward to Legacy Atlanta next week. I think I'm pretty fast there. So, yeah.
You talk about it, man. We've been covering you and whatever Jacob Clarino the past few weeks. You guys are two of the most improved drivers, especially over last season. And honestly, we can expect any of you guys to go out there and put together a run and be able to compete for a win. So, how do you feel about it for Atlanta?
Yeah. I think I'm really good at the tracks where have to run the top, and Atlanta is one of the tracks where you can use the top. So, definitely feel very well, maybe not very confident, but I feel confident enough that I can go out there, get a top 5, and hopefully we can be up there to the end, and maybe we'll find ourselves in victory lane.
All right, man. That's Christian Herklotz and the number 00. I still don't know what the hell your sponsor is, and I don't really care enough to go find it. Oh, it's Red Bull. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. But yeah, that's Christian Herklotz, and good luck next week.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Monster is so much better. Anyway, we got the number 2 of Brody Webster and the Ronan Suarez Creations number 2 Chevrolet for CWR. Now, Brody, you've wrecked the race car and barrel rolled about 20 times after the line. What are you doing, man? Keep it straight. Wow.
See, we're in the healthcare center after that one. After that great race performance, I just got to say thank you to the great CWR car that ran today, and got to say thank you to all the people that helped me out preparing for this track. First road course ever in the league, and I just want to thank Cameron Chandler. Even though he didn't help me at all, got to thank Cameron Chandler and thank Payson Lindsay and Aiden Holes especially, and Ethan Trendler. We can thank him as well.
I do have to say that you put on a pretty solid run, P7 today. Absolutely no one expected you to even be remotely quick. Yeah, so tell me what happened throughout some of your race today.
Okay, so I just want to say, Knox Thompson, I gotta give him props. I really was fighting with him for a decent amount of the race, and me and him, definitely the at least the last few weeks, he's been doing really good. But honestly didn't expect him to have much speed, but he was fighting me pretty well, and of course Clarino at the beginning, that was obviously good. We used some intimidation tactics for those who know. We used them against him, and that's how we got to pass him a few times. So yeah, a pretty just amazing race. I pretty much held it together until the very end when I made a very big mistake in letting Christian Urklotz by, because we were in 6th and then we got 7.
Your interview's over. I don't care to talk to you anymore. Okay, moving on is Knox Thompson. Knox Thompson also had a pretty solid run. Just got a shout out from Brody Webster, finishing P9 today. Talk me through your day.
Running pretty well, and it was just my tires just died. I would like to apologize to Modix Beard. It was I just murdered him, lapped like 3, coming into a corner, overshot it, but pretty good day, pretty good points day. Pretty glad that I could finish this race well. I didn't have much confidence coming in to this race.
Well, absolutely, man. You did pretty good today. I believe I saw you at least competing for a top 5 at some point. I'm not really too sure. There was a lot of action that happened. I kind of forgot. But we'll go to back to the ovals in Atlanta next week. How do you feel about getting a good finish there?
I love Legacy Atlanta. I have like 4 C fixed wins there and like 2 B fixed wins there, so I'm pretty pumped for next week. Feel like I can keep the momentum going. I had a great finish at Richmond, not so good Auto Club, great here, having good momentum coming into Atlanta.
Absolutely, man. Knox Thompson and the number 48, I believe Nitro type are on the card for this week, and Top Golf. We'll see you in Atlanta next week, and good luck there.
Thank you.
Who finished 10th?
It's
Cole Coughlin. He's down. Ethan McMillan, he's down. God, is anybody left? We'll get Joseph Lewis. Joseph Lewis, you finished P14 today. Talk me through your day. Maybe. Possibility. Maybe not. Okay. We'll send him back. We'll go get Zane Ramen Noodles. Finishing somewhere. P16, Zane, we saw you getting out of the way of the leaders a few times. Talk me through your race and yeah, just talk me through your race.
I'll be honest, Cameron, I'm just glad to at least finish a race this time because I think the past 4 times I've been either wrecked or I've been either wrecked, pretty much, yeah. But yeah, I didn't want to cause any too much trouble, especially since I kind of accidentally took out John Butler yesterday in iCar, so I did not want to do that again. So I got out of the way of many people, so that's what I wanted to do and kept it clean.
I will say you did get a do pretty well with getting out the way today. I do gotta ask though, what could you have brought to the track for next time we go to a road course that could get you any better of a finish?
I'll be honest, I really don't know. I mean, road courses aren't my thing, but I'll try whatever we got at Watkins Glen when it comes up.
All right, man. Go. Oh wait, we go back to the ovals. At Legacy Atlanta next week. How do you feel about? How do you feel? Oh my Jesus! How do you feel about putting together around there?
Well, as we head back to Atlanta, I'm hoping that we can try to get a good finish and actually just try to win the season if we can. Because, well, for once, last 5 races, I guess I would include this one, hasn't really gone well. Daytona didn't qualify. Richmond been wrecked out, connection issues. Fontana got wrecked. Sonoma, well, for today, just no speed. So I don't know. 5th time might be the charm. If not, hoping it might be the 6th after.
All right, man. Well, good luck next week in Atlanta, and we look to see you there.
Yeah, thank you, Cameron. I'm gonna need it.
I actually completely forgot some of these guys are on the cup race tomorrow, and I would ask them about that, but oh well. Max
Wow.
D for Flippy, finished P15. You pitted there towards the end of that run. What was the reason for that?
I don't know, dude. I'm very frustrated from not only myself, but just what happened on lap 1 with myself and a couple other guys. But basically that pit strategy was just, I mean, I was already screwed. I was just bleeding time because I had no right front on it anymore, no rear tires. But yeah, I was with Maddox Beard and we both decided to pit. But if I wanted to pit it, I would have gone 14th because Joseph Lewis pitted with Maddox and spun out, so I would have gone that spot. But yeah, basically I wrecked myself before we even got to turn 1, cause they checked up in front of me, and in order for me not to cause the big one, I literally threw myself in the wall and like killed my car, and then I get it back going, and then Logan Wilson decides to have a self spin and clean out the whole back half of the field, and got me involved in that too. And yeah, it's just, and the rest of that it was just single file racing, so I don't really know what else happened.
Well, we go back to an oval next week at Atlanta. Well, how do you feel about a chance to win there? You got Payson Lindsay going to be on the Jesus Lord, I cannot talk right now. You got Payson Lindsay that's going to be on the box for that race, hopefully.
Yeah, if not Payson, it's gonna be Maddox for sure. But I don't know, dude. I'm in good equipment and practice all week for races, and I'm like 18 for 12, something like that in the points, really far back. And sure, I'm gonna drop now, but just trying to do good and failing miserably.
All right, well, it's still early on in the season, long ways to go. Keep your head up and good luck next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, man. That will about do it for.
Nice try. Joseph Lewis wants an interview now. He fixed his mic.
Okay. Okay, Joseph Lewis, you're finally here, man. Finished P14. Talk me through your day.
Yeah, it was a lot of up and downs. Yeah, sorry, I had some technical issues with my mic. Got it finally fixed. But yeah, had issues with the sim stuff trying to get all booted up earlier in the race. Only had 9 minutes of practice, so really the morale was not there until after qualifying in the first lap, which was really wild on the first 2 turns. I don't know how I made it through that one car that just happened to lose it. I guess his shifter broke or whatever, but I thought that was it. Luckily, he didn't hit me. I managed to just make it right on through. But the whole race, it was just up and down, just chasing that Hendrick Cars vehicle the whole time. We had a very fast Universal Chevrolet machine, though. I got a little bit too greedy trying to get past him, or once I got past him, they're on the blind turn and spun the whole car around. But overall, good day, especially for road courses. This is not my strong suit, so we'll take a top 15 any day on this type of track.
Absolutely, man. We go to New Atlanta next week, and then Phoenix after that. Back to the ovals, a long stretch of ovals coming up. How do you feel about your chances there?
Oh yeah, I always look forward to being back in the ovals, especially stuff like Phoenix and all. I've always had a strong bond with them tracks, so hopefully we'll go out there, do some good practice, get a good qualifying, and get the results that we know that we can get. But yep, so far looking forward to it.
Absolutely, man. Good run today, and good luck next week in what I don't know what I just said. Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta. All right, thank you, buddy.
And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. I have been Cameron Chandler. I own Ethan Chumler's YouTube channel, and it has been a great day of racing from Sonoma in the FedEx Grand National Series. 2 races down. Get out of here, Brody Webster. Go home. 2 races down, 1 to go as we have to leave the booth. Lock the door. 2 races down, 1 to go as we have the FedEx Cup Series tomorrow. Right back on this channel, same time, same everything. Majority of the same drivers. Matthew White will be a favorite to win that race, as well as Aiden Donahue. But as I said it before, I am Cameron Chandler. Ethan Chandler said it about 20 times. We are at Sonoma, and we will see you tomorrow. Mic drop.